Registration is almost upon us for summer and fall 2018, and for those of you who don't know me, I am Lee Pierce, visiting assistant professor in the Department of Communication, she, hers pronouns. This video was originally for my advisees, highlighting some important facts from this very detailed and lengthy email from Dr. Easton that you should have gotten a few days ago. However, I thought it would be useful for all of the majors and minors, so I'm going to post it on our brand new Facebook page. All right, the information is general, but when it comes to advising, especially booking appointments with your advisor, please defer to whatever the other faculty/advisors tell you, because this is more of a general / a little bit about what I would like you to do. So the bottom line of this whole thing, your advising appointment is a consultation to review the pros and cons of the plan that you have made for yourself. We are not here to pick your courses. We are not here to tell you what to do, and you do not want us to tell you what to do. So the bottom line is you plan your courses, we advise the plan and get you ready to rock and roll. The other bottom line, nobody knows better about the secrets of registration, should there be such a thing, than the other students. Dr. Easton calls these the nuts and bolts. So from using NightWeb's pre-planning tool to grabbing up a course during registration when time is tight to the best math and reasoning ed for non-math majors, you should seek that advice from other students. So that's one reason why I personally do group advising appointments, so that you can educate each other and me on some things I don't know. But again, not everyone does group advising, so that's really specific to my advisees. If you don't go to group advising, then you should feel free to reach out to other students because they also have this information. Don't walk into your advising appointment expecting a 45-minute tutorial on pre-planning, because you're really a lot better at that stuff than we are. So let's look at a few specific topics to kind of go with those themes. First, holds. Second, registration dates. Third, advising appointments. Fourth, pre-planning for advising appointments. And fifth, a few notes about changing your major or your track. So first of all, let's talk about holds. Go to NightWeb right now and look to see if you've got holds. If you do, take care of them now, because it takes a while to get the hold lifted, and you have to have the hold lifted to register. So if that hold is a pre-grad check for juniors or seniors, you should check with your advisor about whether they want you to do the hold now or wait until advisement. So in my case, at this point, any juniors or seniors who have not done their pre-grad check, just wait and come during advisement, because at this point, I've already got this flow of people coming in and out of my office. I don't want to add to that chaos. So you go ahead and wait for that a little bit, but again, not every advisor feels that way. However, if you've got things like unpaid parking tickets, financial aid issues, those need to be taken care of now, or else you won't be ready for registration. Second, when are you registering? I've put the link to this information in the post that this video is with, but basically seniors who have applied, I'm going to read this, for graduation may select your summer and fall 2018 courses starting March 26th. March 26th. Everybody else, you've got a range that ends April 6th. If you don't register by April 6th or whenever your date is, there's an open registration period April 9 through 13, and then again May 14 to June 6th. You really don't want to have to wait until open registration. If you're a first or second year at the bottom of the totem pole, and this is important for registration, please do not stress. You don't need all of your COM credits right this second. The way that Dr. Tajima has always explained it to me, and I think is helpful, is you've got 120 credits. 40 of them, right, a third, go to your gen ed. You've got to take care of those, right, prior to even being able to do other things. The other 40 is your comm major. So yes, you do need to attend to those, but that's only a third of your credits. The remaining 40, you can do anything you want. You can get a dance minor and take courses with the amazing Mark Broomfield, or get a film minor and learn advanced film and video from Johannes Bachwald. I am now old and will never get to go back to college. I will never learn tango with Mark Broomfield. I will never channel my inner Hitchcock with Johannes Bachwald, but you can. Carpe the credits, my friends. Carpe the credits. 3, advising appointments. Let's talk about general advice. Your advising appointment is basically like visiting a very well-trained tutor over at the fabulous Milne Writing Center. You write the essay, you do the revisions, you take it to the tutor, you and the tutor go through, talk about some pros and cons, here's something you might do, here's something you shouldn't have done, and then you take off and you do the edits on your own. That's basically what we do as your advisors. You should come to your advising appointment with a plan based on DegreeWorks. If you don't know how to use DegreeWorks, then the second bottom line above will help you about asking other students to explain it to you. When you come to advisement, you should know what you want to take in terms of courses, why you need to take that, come prepared with questions, talk about things like how do I know if this credit fits, or what do I do about this course? And we will go ahead and give you some basic outlines and some advice. If there's anything we can't answer, we're going to send you to the registration advice department, which doesn't exist, but we'll call it that, over in academic advising. I've also put information to schedule appointments with academic advising in the post, but I would wait to do that until you've gotten basic advising, unless you know right now you already need to talk to them because you'll have questions that your advisor can't answer. About booking your appointment. Advisement opens March 1st. So wait until March 1st to see if you hear from your advisor. If you don't, then assume you should just book an appointment and proceed to book an appointment. Do that close to March 1st, but not much later than the 7th, and certainly not on March 1st, because it takes us a few days usually to get to you if we're going to. And I can tell you without hesitation, the one thing that we cannot do for you, even though we wish we might could sometimes, is extend registration. Registration closes when registration closes, and we can't magically create advising appointments to get you magic registration, so you have to do it on the timeline. That's how things work. Do not miss the boat. We cannot get you back on the boat. Okay. So let's say it looks a little something like this. March 1st. Oh, I have an advising hold in NightWeb. I wonder when registration is going to get started up. I should keep an eye on my email to make sure that my advisor doesn't send me anything. Then maybe you get an email, maybe you don't. March 5th rolls around. Haven't seen anything from my advisor. I should probably reach out and ask about an advising appointment. March 9th comes around. Oh, my advising appointment is soon. I should check my DegreeWorks and come up with a plan for my advising meeting. I don't know why in my magical scenario you're talking like this, but I don't know. That's, I guess, like ideal angel student. So that's you. If you're my advisee, it's going to look more specifically like this. March 1st, you're going to get an email from me with a link to sign up for a group advising appointment. There will be lots of options. Pick the one that fits your schedule best. Try not to cancel because I can't have 27 advisees at one appointment and none at the other. I would say sign up by March 9th. I think that's when the deadline is. It's the last day before spring break. Sign up for one of the advising slots and then plan to get advised the 2 weeks after spring break during the slot you sign up for. If you do not sign up for group advising or you miss your group advising appointment and then don't reschedule, your only option for advising is during my office hours. I am not flexible on this. I have a lot of people. They need advisement. You need advisement. Let's not push this issue. Of course, if it's absolutely impossible during the advisement registration point where you're signing up to make any of the slots I've sent you, that's cool. Hey, Lee, it's me. I can't make any of the slots that you've signed up. You don't even need to say why. Just like, I can't do it. I do have these times. What can you do for me? I'll pick one that works for me. I'll make an advising appointment and I'll add it to the list so that all of the advisees could sign up for that appointment in addition to you. So that's all cool, but simply just like not replying to the email, not signing up for advising, and then needing something later, that will not fly. So please do not do that. Fourth, let's talk about some questions you should consider while prepping your academic advising appointment. These come mostly from Dr. Easton and some things from my previous advisees, so I'll make you a list. I will also put these in the post. First of all, am I on track to complete at least 120 credits by my anticipation graduated date? If not, have I thought about whether I can afford to take a summer course or about extending my graduation date to give myself more time to do well in my courses? If you show up for an advising appointment and you've got to do 48 credits next year and you think you're graduating, I'm going to ask you, how exactly do you plan to do 24 credits a semester? So it's helpful if you already have thought about the fact that that's probably not going to work for you. Also, if you're already like teetering on academic probation, do you really think you're going to take 18 credits a semester and do well? I mean, you have to give yourself some breathing room. It's okay to take another year at college. You're at a state school. So moving on. Have I completed all general education courses? If not, what's missing and what could I take to fulfill the requirement? If you're not sure, I do keep a list in our advising folder of recommended gen ed courses for non-majors. So a reasoning course that might fit your reasoning and math if you're not a math major. That can be really helpful. Again, this is a great place to crowdsource from other students. What can I take? What works well with this gen ed? What will I enjoy? What's interesting? Have you completed the required courses for your comm major or minor? Is it likely you'll be able to get into those courses in the fall? For example, if you're a first year, it's probably less likely you're going to be able to get into all of the courses. So if you can't, do you have a plan for how to use that time while waiting for enrollment to open, i.e. declaring a film minor or a dance minor or a Spanish minor or taking some electives or finishing some gen eds? Regarding any course, you should always ask yourself, if I don't get the course I want, have I thought about backup options and different schedules? Because you're going to need a plan A, a plan B, and probably a plan C. If you're an advanced student who's in your third or fourth year, have you reviewed the slot courses for comm studies? Have you thought about which courses fit your track and which ones you have the prerequisites to take? Finally, for my advisees attending group advising, do you have questions you might want to ask other students? We do have a Google group, so I can post like generally asked questions to the Google group. So no worries if you don't get everything answered, because different groups will talk about different topics. But it's helpful, I think, to get that one-on-one input. Fifth, change of major or track. This doesn't apply to most people, but I'll just add it here. So this is the last piece. If you plan to change your major before the fall of 2018, change of major forms are due prior to registration. So that means you're going to want to probably get the forms taken care of the same time you're getting advised, so that you're not waiting until registration to turn in the forms. But at the latest, you want to turn in the forms before registration close. Please turn in your signed and completed forms, including all signatures, to the Academic Advising Office in Irwin 106 by Friday, March 23rd, 2018. I'll put this in the post. Change of major forms, this is so important, are not processed during the advanced registration period. Those that come in after March 23rd will be processed in late April and May of 2018. Why is this important? Because some courses are restricted to majors during the advanced registration process. So if you are trying to be a comm major, and you're already like in your head, you're there, you're ready to do some comm, you're excited, you don't pronounce the S in communication because there isn't one, but they don't have your form, you're not going to be able to advance register for the courses, even if you've been here for 18 semesters. So take care of that soon. If you need to register for courses in a new major, act now. If you miss the deadline, you're going to need to request permits and extra feet and fees and all this craziness. So we don't want to have to go through all of that. That makes everyone stressed. We are all about low stress here in the comm department. High rigor, low stress. That should be our motto. So there are also some financial aid awards that are connected to completing work in your major, so you have to follow through with that. How do you change your major? Along with the link to your registration schedule, as well as information for contacting the Registration Advisement Office if you have questions, I have put detailed instructions for changing your major. So again, if you're trying to leave the comm major, you should do that. Also let me know, because then I'll take you off my list. But if you're trying to enter the comm major, this is where I get concerned. You got to get that form in. Likewise, if you're planning on changing your track within the major, you should get that taken care of too. It's an internal process. We do it right here in Blake, so it's not that big a deal. But the sooner we get that done, the more your degree works aligns with what your plan is. Otherwise, you've got the wrong major, wrong track. You're trying to plan courses. Degree works isn't as helpful. So please, 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 if you're changing your track or your major or haven't declared a major yet, please get that done pronto. All right, so everything else is in the notes. I will see my advisees in a couple of weeks, and to the rest of the comm majors, we are so excited to see you back in the fall, and we hope that if you have any questions, you'll reach out to us. Thanks so much.